But listen, I think that there's always hope with the start of a new year that it'll be better than the
Yeah.
last. But I am hesitant to
Yeah.
put that out there because you don't want to also have it be like, yeah, you think so? Hold my beer. So you know what I've decided that my slogan is for 2023.
Oh, I can't wait.
All jokes aside, this is earnest.
Yes.
2023, wait and see.
Oh, for me, it was that pause. It was that little pause, and then the like shrug of like,
Wait and see. We're recording this so early in the day that my hair is damp.
yeah,
And there's something about it that feels, I don't know, it feels like loose. It feels like a rebirth,
hey, because your hair is wet from the canal. Is that what we're?
Birth canal. Oh my God. I meant like maybe like a baptism, but I like the idea
Oh!
that I've come fresh out the chute. I've slid out the chute and into this record.
Have I ever confessed to you in this confessional booth that is our show?
Yep.
Oh God, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this. I've never had a Big Mac. I'm 41 years old and I've never
known
had
you
a Big Mac.
since birth.
Yeah.
And if there's anything that we share a love of,
Yeah.
it is patron saint Ronald McDonald and his franchises.
Yep.
I am
Mhm.
truly, to the core of my being, shook.
Out of
You ever
fear.
had a fillet of fish?
I have not.
Christy Lynn.
I
name. Don't even know what to say.
fuck. I've never had a McChicken.
I don't even know. I don't even understand it.
Why?
2023, year of Mickey D's.
Oh, I like that.
You're welcome.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Sponsor us. Dr. Larry Keys sounds absolutely made up.
Great point.
Just know
Great
that.
point.
Psychic surgery. No. Just no. I'm putting psychic surgery on the list with aliens that make me go, no, I don't buy it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Listen,
That's where I'm at.
I'm into the extreme level of woo-woo that you can get. And I'm like, I don't think psychic surgery is a thing. Come on.
Other than that, we're just freeballing it. Freeballing it. Maybe it's not for the best. It's we're
You're
like
doing
this
great.
when it's either early or late.
Yep. Or in the middle times.
I'm starting to think maybe we can't blame the time.
I don't think the time has anything to do with it. What's time got to do with that?
So what you're saying is this is just our personalities.
Correct.
Jump.
Patron Saint Ronald McDonald, which I've called him on this show before. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, he's like a Ken doll down there.
Oh, I think so. I think that would
All
be
Ken dolls except for Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
He needs to be anatomically correct.
I think that he is, for sure.
I hope so.
This is bringing me to a question that I shouldn't ask. Move on, Lauren. Move on from this, but I can't. Nope. Alas, I can't.
Yep.
I don't think that any of the McDonald Land characters are sexual. I want to make that very clear.
100%. Yeah.
They're innocents, but I think the Hamburglar fucks. I'm just saying, maybe he's into underground sex clubs. I don't know. As long as it's all consenting and no one gets hurt, Hamburglar, go with God. You know what I'm saying?
So in the underground sex club that involves McDonald's characters, is it like a play place? Someone's, boning in a ball pit somewhere.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Oh, my God. That's brilliant.
All things are off.
Oh, Grimace is a
limits.
daddy. You know what I mean? Like, come on. If we're going to start sexualizing them, which I want to preface as saying I don't typically, but this is like the Muppet conversation where I was talking about what Muppets I would date. Yeah. Like, I mean, to me, it's like Ronald is like the Kermit. He feels like he's a good guy. You know what I mean? He's the guy that you should try and date. But there's the bad boys involved. And like, Hamburglar, for sure a bad boy. He's the guy who plays in a band that doesn't call you back. You know what I mean? But it's like the second he texts you at 11 p.m., meet me at the play place, you're like, let me get my themed handcuffs and go.
But then also he does my exams. So
Of course.
he's seen Southmouth.
What's wrong with me that you say 2 holes and I don't even, it takes me like a full 2 minutes to get to mouth. That's really.
What's wrong with me that I so quickly said Southmouth as though that's what we call it?
Because when you said, my doctor just showed up at the third one, you went on to later explain, I think he was maybe kind of wanting to just be present because there had been an issue the second time. Where do I go? Oh, he wanted to see your insides. What's wrong with me?
And then I was like, why wouldn't he? He's already seen every part of me. Like, gross.
Maybe the duo is Detective Southmouth and Dr. Clam.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
and then,
where
you
we're
know,
at.
that could be like a recurring bit is that men will be like, don't both of your names mean other words for, and it's like, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd love it if we could be reduced to only being defined by our vaginas, but we're so much more than that. My name is Muffy Southmouth and Vagina Clam.
So whoever was involved in Ambrose's disappearance has long since taken their truth to the grave. Responding. Fuck, I was in such a great fucking. I'm Christy. It's fine.
And we also, I mean, we went for it in Vegas to a level that there was talks about us recording like the day after we would have gotten home from Vegas. And I just want to say, thank God. Thank God that we weren't like, that's the move. Absolutely crossed over on that trip. I mean, there is a great side-by-side photo that I've made of me, like how it started, how it ended type thing.
Yeah.
How it started was me wearing a full Skims, I'm talking Kim K.
Yep.
One-piece jumpsuit, heels, faux fur coat, never wear real fur ever, obviously. Sunglasses, like me arriving to the airport to go to Vegas, impossibly fresh and beautiful. Yes. And then next to it is me getting off the plane back in LA at the end of the trip, carrying a bag of my own vomit.
I won't lie, tad nervous. As we were doing the clap, suddenly I had a second that just jolted in my brain of, oh shit, did I put that episode on YouTube? I'm realizing now, the episode I'm thinking of, we're literally recording it right now. So no, I haven't.
That's when you know they're really starting to bleed together. They're bleeding together like two ladies cycling in the same home.
Yeah. A peek back if I ever had time as to how many times wrestling randomly came up on this show.
I think it comes up a fair amount.
At least every once in a while.
Well, since China, certainly.
Oh, of course. But I mean, within the last couple of weeks, something came up in a conversation I was having with my husband. Something came up about wrestling, and I mentioned Raw and the two of us and how much we loved watching Monday Night Raw. And then I went into like a 10-minute tirade about my ex-boyfriend's mother who screwed us out of watching Raw that night when that's what we had planned.
Yeah, we got kidnapped briefly.
We don't tend to make a lot of plans because a lot of people are fortunate enough to live in the same city or very close to their best friend, and they can go hang out whenever they want. Well, we don't get to hang out in person, so most of the time we just let us be garbage humans.
Yep.
Laying down, shoveling garbage into our mouths. Oh, that reminds me, I should go get my can of frosting.
We don't need to see the sights. We don't need to, I'm not a tourist. I'm here to see her. And quite often what happens is we may even have some sort of loose idea of what we want to watch like that. But what happens with us, and I know the dear listeners are not going to be shocked by this hot piece of goss, but it takes on a life of its own. Stuff comes up that then all of a sudden we are hyper fixated on, that it's like, you know, like all of a sudden we're watching every terrible Lifetime movie possible that we can get in that amount of time. Like, we just we're like sharks. We keep swimming or we'll die. Like there's always a new idea. There's always something to chase. And that's the magic and the beauty of it. We never anticipated that as kids we'd get into the male gymnastics.
No.
In the Olympics.
I mean,
but we did. And then it became all consuming for that trip. There's always something that ends up being all consuming for us. But we can't have that joy if you force us into a van to look at mountain goats.
Oh, look at the animals, girls. Shut the fuck up, Deb. Again, still a little bit of anger towards her. Rightly so. On my deathbed, it's the last thing I'll say is, look at the animals, girls, like in a really angry voice. I guarantee it.
And then I'll be like, she's gone. I love that I'm watching you.
I also like that in this case, you're going to call it. You're going to call the time. You're just going to go, 3:52 p.m. Like, first of all, let it be known. I've never been a huge fan of baseball. Like, I'll watch it.
Yep.
But like players, not a clue. I did say to my husband the other day, what's a baseball player? Owen Nolan? And then I was like, no, I think that's hockey. Nolan Ryan. That's one, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That is not who it was. Mike Piazza
Right.
rookie cards. That was my moment. I was like, oh, I'm dreaming. Well, at least I'm asleep. This is stupid. But Elizabeth Banks talking bananas. I was like, I'll absolutely have one in the morning, Lizzie. I promise. Lizzie.
Christy, do you want to say goodnight to the people?
For reasons I'm not 100% sure of. First one that came to my head. Good night, John Stamos.
Good night, Dave Coulier. I think it is important to note that life is short, and why not take the trips?
Take the trips.
Life is short. Why not purchase so many things that you can't take it all back with you? That was a gentle ribbing I was giving young Oxborrow over there.
I mean, you made up for the ribbing with that young.
If anything,
I'm sure.
I think you're just making yourself even more relatable to the masses. That's all I think.
I mean, if for anybody that didn't feel like they related to me in that moment, earlier I did get caught by my husband having a burp and a fart at the same time. So,
well, now you're covering all your bases, even the childless now, like me.
Look, I'm ever so relatable. Just a nightmare of a woman. Did they choose the right spokesperson? No. Are they still a great product? Shout out Wubshay.
What is Wubshay?
Because I'm trying to marriage schmoggle this.
You did such a good job at it. I was like, what is that? Noted. Got it.
Good night, people of the world. Spice up your life.
Love to see that for you.
Do you know about Roman Reigns?
I don't.
You should. I just choked on my own saliva there.
I'm doing a quick. Oh my God. Got it.
I just like that hearing you say I'm going to present. Immediately I thought of like animals in the jungle, like a peacock presenting its tail for the ladies. Sure. You know, I think baboons show their butts or something, don't they?
Thank you for baboons. I really liked that.
Say it.
Yep. I would say baboons. But you just really sped it along. Baboons. It was like B' B for you.
Yeah, you're right. No, I would normally say baboons. I don't.
Right? Baboons.
I'm going to circle it a couple of times and maybe I'm going to go check some sort of adult store tomorrow.
Adult store? Is that what we're calling the liquor store? Because Adult store has a bit of different connotation. What's happening over there?
Oh, my sweet baboon. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I meant liquor store. For some reason,
Yeah.
I felt I had to be weird about saying liquor store. I meant a liquor store.
You might get a little cutesy with it, and then you realized, oh boy, that means something else. It reminds me of hit NKOTB song, The Whisper.
That is a fucking.
Are you crying?
No, I was gonna. For some reason, I prevented myself from saying it. What was gonna come out naturally was that was a real blaster. Like I think I.
think you mean
like
banger.
I know, but I think I was thinking like you blast the sound system when it comes.
What happened between last week and this week? Like, how did you age 45 years? Like, it's amazing.
I absolutely have.
We played a game once because Christy doesn't watch reality TV like I do. So the game that we played, which we need to do another round of, I need to come up with another round of.
Oh, I can't wait.
I give her the description of a real reality show, and she comes up with the title that she thinks it is.
Yep.
And so I gave her the description of one of my favorite new reality shows, which is Help, I'm in a secret relationship. And when I gave her the rundown of what that show is about, the title she came up with was Peekaboo Desperado, which for me is probably the funniest thing I've heard anybody say.
Oh, I guarantee at this rate they're going to be like, yes, more of this poo energy.
I just, I always know when I'm unhinged, but it's rare that you're my kind of unhinged, and it is happening tonight.
And in an absolute Christy first, never done before in my life, I spent the morning putting away Christmas decorations and part of the afternoon filling Easter eggs.
That is amazing. And just very quickly, I was reading an article. I won't get into the nitty gritty, but basically it was like, I had read an article a while ago that all of us ages, including our flim flam, okay? And
I can't believe you didn't try and schmear and schmoggle it and be like, even our vaginas.
You're right. You're very right. I'm so chaotic right now. I love that I've talked about how to keep your vagina young, my fear of becoming a spinster, the statistics on getting married for the first time over 45. I mean, we've really banged a lot out in 15 minutes.
Well, I assume the brain is like the vagina, and if you don't use it, you lose it.
Christy, do you want to say goodnight to the people?
Happy birthday, Paul Rudd.
Good night, my ever-aging vagina. When I was at the studio. Recording with the band.
I couldn't be happier that your birthday led to this revelation.
Yeah, I feel like everybody on who's listened to the show would know, but if you don't know, for my birthday this year, I hired a band and I fronted the band and I put on a show, a rock concert of cover songs. And the band was so great and they were so lovely. And the one gentleman said, "Do you write music?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but like I don't ever play it for anybody. Like I just write it at home or whatever." And he's like, "Well, if you ever want to work on music, like I'd love to hear it." So I went over there a month or so ago and played him my songs. And he was like, that song is good. And it's close. Like it's close to being where you need it to be. Let's work on it. So then I went back and we kind of worked on it a little bit together. And then last week we went in and recorded with the whole band. And I got to tell you, I beamed the whole time. At one point I caught myself smiling too big, I was like, they're going to think you're creepy. Like, don't tone it down. Like, don't show so many teeth. You know what I mean? With this is that I'm like, I don't want to just be all talk about it. Like, I actually want to do it. And I think I was inspired by myself, I may add, that I did that for my birthday, that I was like, this is my dream. This is what I'm going to want to do. And I had faced a lot of adversity planning that party. I had venues canceling. I had a lot of issues logistically, but I fucking pulled it off. You know what I mean? And so I see that and I go, you can do that with this too. Why not? Anytime I ever have an idea for like a movie or a script I'm writing, she always sends me ideas for casting, which is very helpful. Because she knows
casting is my main.
You're so good at it.
Thing. I can't believe I haven't pushed to try and do it for a living because I live
you would
for
kill.
It. Oh my God, because I like organizing things in their right places.
Yeah.
Fuck, that makes sense.
Well, you know what else casting is notorious for having?
Hot men.
Binders.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what I said to you, but you responded in the exact way I'm going to respond to you now.
I can't wait.
Know what's happened to you from last week to this week, but somehow you have aged 40 years. I think this year you and I have we're coming into our own.
Yeah.
We're accepting that maybe we have some likes that are a little on the older side.
Sure.
But also likes that go drastically the other way. So somehow we're like that person in the middle.
Yeah.
Where we have some older things we enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, like silence.
That they specifically investigated the treads on the shoes and then specifically figured out what kind of motorbike would affect the treads in that way.
Yeah.
That's some of the best police work we've ever seen on the show. Mm-hmm. And who is his childhood crush? E.T. E.T.
Yeah. Yeah. There's someone for everyone.
There's someone for everyone. I'm just getting a little sensitive because I made a video about having a slight crush on Chewbacca. And then people were talking about it being bestiality. And I take offense to that because Chewbacca, he's more of a man than he is a beast. He's more of a man than an animal, in my opinion. And I think the same, although I don't want to gender E.T. because I don't know that we were sure of it. I don't know.
You make picking promos so easy for me. He was more man than beast. Yep.
Those delicate piano player fingers. Very long, very delicate. Plus, there's that one that lights up. And I don't think I need to tell you. Might be nice going up the chute.
Turn you into a jack-o'-lantern.
Let them up, let them up.
Halley's Comet, a short period comet which was last visible from Earth in 1986. Halley's Comet is visible from Earth every 75 to 79 years, and it is expected to be visible again in 2061.
Oh.
And if somehow we are still doing this show in
40 years,
I'm going to force us to that week will be a rerun of this episode. We'll do enough by then.
Oh my God. Oh God. I hope we're not. I say that with peace and love, but wow.
40 years? Oh my God. In 2061, I better be doing all of about fuck all.
I was going to say, we're going to be in our 80s. I think it's over. Like, I think 65, we retire. That's still 25 years for me.
If time travel becomes a thing in our lifetime and we can use it, because I know we've got a lot of work to do.
Sure.
I would like to borrow the machine because I have a few places that I would like to be. I like that my list is just going to be really very specific sporting games I'd like to go to, and the Lenny Kravitz concert where he ripped the crotch off his pants. I already got that out.
I just didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. Oh God, that's good. That's good. Christy, do you want to say goodnight to the people?
Good night, Brian Boucher.
E.T. phone home.
He was also described as being like Donald Trump before he was president, always willing to give a quote to any journalist who would listen. So my lights are going out over here in this weird, like, am I losing power? I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, dear listeners, there's been a bit of a glitch. This is unprecedented. This is True Crime and Cocktails history. We've never had this happen. While we were recording last night, Christy lost power for many, many, many hours. Watermelon sugar, high noon. Come on. High noon. That is, you partner with Harry Styles. I don't know what else to say, or just license the song. There's also parody laws. Look, call us, because that's brilliant. Wouldn't it be a hoot if I somehow got onto the Billboard charts? Are you going to get in the top 5? No, that's the Adeles, the T-Swifts, those people. But you can get on there. So really, for me, it's asking people if they'll support me and buy the song for a charts run. That's what this is. That's what this is. You know what I mean?
Sure. And what I love is absolutely how almost word for word your speech to the people was. Billy Mack from Love Actually. And wouldn't it be nice if this Christmas
I didn't even realize. Oh my God, it was. That's the energy I'm channeling right now. It's going to be me cornering you alone, going like, I actually realized that you were the love of my life. But here's the thing. We already knew that. An account came up for me on Instagram I don't follow. And it was a picture of David Duchovny in his prime that I had never seen before.
That's rare.
And it was the cover of Playgirl magazine.
Oh, this feels like something you had to know.
I had no idea. And I fumbled my phone as I was frantically Googling David Duchovny Playgirl. The first thing that comes up is an eBay link to a copy of it. And I was like,
when does it arrive?
I know. I was like, do I just hit order? And then I was like, no, hold on. Look for some more information. Anyway, long story short, what I've come to learn is he did not appear nude.
So you didn't place an order?
No.
How many issues did you sell where the purchaser thought they were getting the goods then opened it and went, pants, you know?
Yeah. I think there was quite a few people who purchased this who have never been more angry at pants and the Pants Corporation. You're a 40-year-old woman. I'm turned into some sort of weird old creep that all I've talked about so far is come and you get a good burp going. That'll help your heartburn. You're a 40-year-old woman. I'm a 75-year-old man. That's what's going on right now. So join us as Christy wraps up the case that captured the nation's attention. Alex Murdaugh's fall from grace. What I need everyone to know is that for the very first time, she's written in a beat. She wanted me to take a beat after the nation's attention and before Alex Murdaugh. And I thought, listen, I'm an actor. I know what a beat is. No problem. I know my audience. I know. I would love to see that, It's in my head always.
It lives in my head all the time. Like I will just silently start chuckling to the point where like as silent as I can be. But like my whole body is moving and my husband is like, oh, what? Because he thinks it's something I'm scrolling on my phone. It's not. It's because I either hear you singing that or I hear Vanessa, like
Vanessa. I never met another girl like Vanessa. Yeah, it's the sickness. And that was like a core moment for you. Like we took this quiz and Christy got too quick to commit. And I remember it. Like it felt like that was a life moment. Like
it was because I had never been so insulted. It was the first time I said 94. I want to say it was probably closer to like 97, 98.
Yeah.
But it was the first moment in my life that I had to look inside.
Yeah.
It was the first one where I looked at it and I looked at myself and I didn't like what I saw.
So I just took a little boo to the McDonald's drive-thru to get myself the largest Diet Coke that they have to offer. And what did I see when I drove up there? Well, this is a physical reveal, everyone, but I will explain after we hear young Oxborrow's response. What do I see advertised?
Oh, God, is that a Grimace shake?
It's the Grimace birthday shake.
The thought of drinking a purple milkshake that's supposed to be in some way representative of Grimace freaks me out to a level that I can't.
It does feel like, are we drinking his blood?
His
like, are we
jizz.
drinking his,
his jizz? You went blood, I went jizz. I thought we'd go the same somehow.
Yeah, no.
So instead of giving them a large sum of money or a house, James' father made a down payment on a small farm outside Crete, Indiana, and expected Lynetta and James to work the land themselves. However, neither had any farming experience nor the money to hire any help, so they often struggled. When's the last time a bag of worms?
Thank you for using it as a verb.
Like
It's a great question. I don't even know.
I like to change it up.
Yeah, I do.
It's our catchphrase. I can use it however I see fit. Wasn't accurate the first time I used it, and so I'm going to push it further.
And I love that.
Inaccuracy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, it's where I get my yayas today.
It's where you get them or where you get them out.
Yep. I
love so much that in reference to you making a catchphrase, whatever you wanted, you did it again. Yeah. Well, listen, before we get into it, because we're going to jump in fast because there's a lot to get through. What you drinking over there?
Well, I've got a water as a backup because I got a lot of things to say out loud, so I need to keep it wet. Nope.
Oh my God. I need to keep it wet. Wow. Okay.
I meant my voice.
Yeah, and I think that that's the nice thing is that it's added that layer of game and kismet when it's like we show up in the same one. I mean, how about that? That's a more than words when we choose the same t-shirt at night. That was inspired.
Mulder being a skilled profiler and a believer and Scully being a skeptic, I wrote, they could not be more like us.
I know, it really is true.
Which is amazing because I should be saying we could not be more like them because they came before us, but did they?
Come on.
I mean, we've been like this since the 80s, so.
Yep.
You mentioned Skinner, aka Mitch Pileggi. He was, of course, none other than Sam Campbell, aka Mary's dad on Supernatural.
That's right. That's right.
Also was on Walker.
Oh, okay.
The new Walker, which I didn't get through all of it yet.
He just has a real daddy vibe in X-Files.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking him from Supernatural or Walker. Yep. He's gonna let you know when you've been bad. How many pairs of underwear did each of us bring for a 10-day trip? And then it shows each person and how many pairs they brought. And I know how many I would bring. So I'm just curious.
For a 10-day trip?
Yeah. Say you're going for 10 days. How many pairs you bringing?
22.
I couldn't even do 10 for a 10-day trip.
No.
Because I'm always like, oh, I'm going to spill. And by spill.
Well, you never know when you're going to be eating a plate of spaghetti in a hotel in your underwear.
Oh God, I didn't mean spill. Well, I didn't mean me. I guess I meant my nethers.
What's going on in your world over there?
I read fairy smut now.
I didn't think you were going to tell them.
I assumed I would at some point because fuck it. It's now such a huge part of me. Like I bothered my husband so much just by complaining that my next book in the series wasn't arriving fast enough.
Sure.
And this was a week before me going, I keep hearing about this one series. I've never tried anything like it. I don't know. It's some sort of fantasy genre. I've never really done that. I guess we'll give it a try. And I got partway through and went, fuck, I'll order the second book. And the third book took too long to arrive.
Sure.
And I complained.
I just want to reiterate for those that maybe glossed over what she said. Fairy smut.
Yeah, I also thought at first maybe it was like young adult. And then like some like making out happened, and I was like, that happens in young adult. That's not a big deal.
Sure.
And then things got like a little heated, but it wasn't like crazy graphic. So I was like, oh, okay, so it could go either way. The second book got graphic. I immediately got 3, 4, and 5. The point is, because if you told me 2 weeks ago that I was going to be upset that my book about the man with wings eating a woman out at a dinner table hadn't arrived yet, I'd be like, that's insanity. But that is absolutely the last week of my life.
I like that you went for it.
And you know what? I wasn't gonna say anything, but you know what? This is just who she is now. So yeah.
Oh, I say this with love, but it's who you've always been. People are like, ooh, you had a concert, you sang your voice raw. Actually, no. Here's what my voice actually feels fine. It's that I did so much aggressive headbanging that every muscle in my neck, shoulders, upper back, face is like a rock. And so everything is just so tight that it's like pulling on my vocal cords. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. This is starting a rock career, past the age of 25. That reminds me of our youth when we camped out in that tent trailer in our grandparents' driveway.
That didn't lock or close properly? Yeah.
It was a predator's dream. We were very lucky to live.
We were. Yeah.
What it is I've worn a very special shirt. And yeah, it's a Fox Mulder from the X-Files shirt. And I know what you're thinking. Why? And it's because of the recent news events surrounding the aliens.
Show me the bodies. Show me the bodies.
Wait a second. You're saying the only way that you're going to believe in aliens is if I somehow, and I love that I've pulled me into this, I somehow get to arrange like a personal viewing of these alien bodies?
First of all, if you think I get an opportunity to see alien bodies in person, that you're not going to get yourself in there anyway? I'm going to be
right. I clearly would have been involved. Yes.
Yeah. The second they're like, you want to see the aliens? I'd be like, can I get 2 passes? Passes like a fair. Yes, correct.
This is a leaked government photo.
Why does that look like the house from Up upside down?
Okay, this is just
no.
And then I was like, what would I name a boat? And then I was like, I don't know, the Stardust Filibuster.
Oh, I want to get on board that.
Right?
I like that a lot.
Yep.
Oh, mine would be dirty.
Gargantuan Promise.
Gargantuan Promise? Oh God, I'd be the one that would be like, come aboard or something stupid.
You know what I mean? C-U-M? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, of course. Oh God.
And then you're like, oh my God, they misspelled aboard. It says come abroad. Oh dear. Oh dear. Thank you for being friend. Travel down the road back again. We can't pay for any more than that. We already can't pay for that.
I couldn't be happier. I would also absolutely accept the lesser known Golden Girls. Miami, Miami, you've got style. I could keep going forever.
I'm talking, this thing is like 4 to 5 centimeters in diameter.
Bless
2.5-ish inches.
Bless you for that way. I was genuinely going to go, oh, that's like 2 loonies wide minimum. Loonies. Nobody measures
like
things
that-
in coins.
Until now. And what I like is that that's so Canadian. Not only is it not using the metric system, but it's using our currency.
Oh God, I think I want the name of my biography to be Dietary Misadventure.
It's certainly our lifestyle.
Yeah. I would like a dietary misadventure.
You know what I bought?
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
These marshmallows.
Yeah.
That have milk chocolate in the center.
No shit.
Yeah. So that way, now again, what campfires am I going to? Doesn't matter. The point is that then when you roast it, you put it on the graham cracker.
First of all, thank you so much for yeah. I mean, bees are like, I just want to smell the pretty flowers.
Yep.
Let me smell the pretty flowers. And wasps are like, hey, sweet thing. You know, like the gross, like some sort of gross guy that you're terrified of because you're trying to walk somewhere alone at night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bees are going to give you money and put you in an Uber. Wasps are going to make you want to put your keys between your fingers like Wolverine.
Just like that. You're speaking in podcast promos, which I love.
But yeah, I mean, God, yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's like a weird sauce. When I was a child, I used to do Cheese Whiz and raspberry jam sandwiches.
I want to kiss you on the mouth. I want to kiss you on the damn mouth. You've never told me this. I don't want to show you a photo because I feel like I'm going to know what your reaction will be. But
I have been screaming at you for weeks. Show me the bodies.
Show you the bodies. So
no, God, that's a fucking cake or something.
Can we get the Netflix Is It Cake people on the case? We need to know. I don't want to say that I feel like I could be the face of the movement, but I'm saying that I'm open and I'm interested.
The face is the movement.
Tom DeLonge, I couldn't take it from him. That man has been screaming this. He's devoted his life to this. He needs to be the face of the movement. But maybe they want a little bit of a
female,
a little bit of a dolly. You know what I mean? You want a little femininity to kind of like appeal to, you know, the broader masses potentially. I'm saying, let me be that face. Thank you.
I just envision a slime of some sort and a
slime. Yeah. What do you think these are? Swamp things? How dare you? A slime. I don't even know what to say.
There's some sort of a coating on its body.
A coating? What on?
Like our atmosphere versus theirs or something. It keeps them fresh. I don't know. It keeps them in some. I don't know.
I've never thought of my aliens being ones that are just constantly walking around covered in ooze. But listen, I guess I shouldn't yuck your yum if that's what you how you think they present.
That's not what I want them to be. That's just I want them to be tiny, adorable little things.
And dry. No slime. I don't want to put you on the spot. But at some point, if there was any way you could do like an artist's rendering of what you think an alien looks like, I'll do one too. And maybe we can just compare, you know what I mean? Like, what does your mind's eye see? And I think when we look at those, I think very quickly it's going to come out why one of us has an affinity towards this and one of us doesn't. That's what I'm hearing.
Correct. I'm up for this challenge. Oh, I just assume you're going to make new merch with both of our drawings side by side that says Tom was right.
Yeah, that's going to have to happen. They say it takes 10,000 hours to be an expert. I think it's possible to say in my entire life, I've probably been drunk more than 10,000 hours. I think I can say
where I thought that was going.
I would say I'm an expert in drunkenness. Certainly in my own. Hold all. That makes sense. Duffel? What the fuck's a duffel?
Oh, I don't know. Every day I'm duffling. I got nothing.
And then I also say gym bag exclusionary. Some of us don't go.
100% of this podcast.
Yes.
Doesn't go.
100% of these podcast hosts do not go to the gym. You said enemy of the state. I wrote down enema of the state. Shout out Blink 182.
Hey, I thought you were going to reference the Will Smith movie.
I don't care to.
Yep.
Then you said DNA on a hat, and I said hat jizz. I'm sorry. I promised I would read them all, and I apologize. Then you said proceeds instead of proceeds.
I tried to. I should have known better. I tried to just.
I should have let it go.
In the moment, I was like, that was a choice.
I shouldn't have brought it up. I think what it was, you know what it is I was like, better for me to do it than a stranger.
Wild Mountain Thyme or something, which has who's the 50 Shades guy?
Jamie Dornan.
There it is. That guy. I love that 50 Shades was the only thing I could think he was in, and I've never seen it. Him and Emily Blunt and oh fuck. This is another pussy throat cancer, but Madman,
January Jones.
Madman, hog of a cock.
Is it John Hamm?
Anyone who misses the end bit might be starting to miss the best part.
It's of a cock. This is on par with hat jizz.
I guess Ben's eyes just translate constantly to like that's all people stare at.
I
Those
guess
sparkly panda baby doe eyes. Everyone's like, bam. I know those eyes. They're from
he
Superstore.
showed me a picture on his phone at one point of himself doing something, and I said, you know, if you weren't my brother, I would find you very attractive. But that's disgusting. So it doesn't make the needle move for me. But yeah, I think it is. You know what it is? I think it is that heartthrob phenomenon. That it's like when you look like a rejected American Girl doll.
Yes.
You know, I'm racking my brain for more of those old Dina Jonah burns, but you know what I mean? It's like, I guess that's his cross to bear. Bless his heart.
Yeah. Look, he can't help that he has anime eyes. His eyes are in a never-ending sparkle. He doesn't listen to this show anymore, right?
Oh, he sure does. And I guarantee you he's going to listen to this one.
I would apologize, Ben, but if you want an apology, you have to come get it.
Oh my God. What I love is that she gets so confident here through Zoom. Does. And then boy, oh, in person, the confidence is going to dip.
Oh, dip. Absolutely 100%. That's a wild thing to say to anybody.
Well, I mean, that's the internet, baby.
I mean, as someone who just got very sexually aggressive with Ben Feldman via this podcast, it's wild that I would say anything to be like, I can't believe they talk to people like that. How dare they?
Yeah, you really did get pretty up on your high horse for a woman who just low-level sexually harassed one of my closest friends.
Hey, first of all, men have been doing it to us for so long. Oh, it's our turn.
And you know what? I'll tell you this right now, and I can say it with confidence. No one will love anything more about this than Ben Feldman. So you've chosen the right target. I've already tried it without, and I'm just going to put just a scotch of that in there. Just a little bit of fizz. You know what I mean? A little bit of orange fizz. Let's see. This is orange on orange. It's unprecedented in real time. Meow, meow, bitch. Wow.
I'm already writing that down.
It's probably safe to say Loose and
Hatches.
Buzzy. Loose and Buzzy is going to be in his house. That was earnest.
I could not be happier.
Yeah.
I hope that Creamsicle Dream is what you're going to call that cocktail.
Writing it down. But also all the listeners, because we hit a huge milestone last week.
Yeah.
We surpassed 10 million downloads of True Crime and Cocktails. What a true milestone. How amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The two of us started doing this just under 3 years ago. We haven't hit our 3-year anniversary, which is coming up on the 13th, I believe, of October. How amazing.
Yes.
And then the last thing I want to address very quickly is there is one more very important anniversary that I think needs to be recognized, which is it's the 60 year of Captain Crunch. And I bought this today and it says celebrate 60 years with the Cap'n. And I want to say I spent so many of my years having the inside of the roof of my mouth torn up by this delicious cereal. And we're glad to know you, Cap'n. I ate McDonald's for lunch today, and I may order it once we're done recording tonight. You know, that's where I'm at. A different order. Different order. Different things.
Judge you even if it was the same order. The amount of double quarter pounders I could probably put down in a day. Troubling.
Okay. There's also new sauces. There's something called Mambo sauce, I believe, and there's another one called something jam. Haven't tried those yet, but I feel like if I'm going to do it, I want to do it like as the chef intended.
Of course.
Which means with a McNugget as opposed to a fry.
Of course. Now, my question about the new sauces. Why are we dicking around and bringing out new sauces when we had a perfectly good honey mustard that we got rid of?
Was no one ordering it? Because then, you know what I say? For shame, fellow McDonald's enthusiasts. For shame. You didn't try that. That honey mustard was next level.
It seems they just swapped it out for hot mustard.
And I don't want a hot mustard all the time.
I don't want a hot mustard ever, but I get it anyway to let them know that there are still mustard enthusiasts out there that would like that as a dipping option.
Our schoolyard used to freeze over. For whatever reason, it just turned to pure ice. And so you'd be like, trying so hard and like the tiniest little shuffle steps and still ass over tea kettle slam down. I got so many concussions by the time I was like a teenager. Because I'd hit my head so many times on the ice. I should have been wearing a helmet to walk to school. It's not a bit.
No, but that would have added some other stuff, right?
Well, yeah, sure.
Not that I'm saying cool is better than safety. That's not what I guess that is kind of what I said.
You guys,
that's what I implied.
Pop your collar over there, Danny Zuko, you know? Well, the good news for me is I'm in Canada, so I've got one of my Mike's Hard Peach Fuzz, not sponsored by them. Love the product.
Again, Mike's. We talk about you all the time.
All the time. Whatever. People keep tagging them on socials. They're not responding. You know what? Do I follow them from my verified account? Let's take a look. You know what? Let's get to the bottom of this in real time. Mike's Hard Canada. I'm giving them a follow now. Now they've been followed. Now it's on Mike's Hard. Okay?
Yeah.
Now it's on. They live normal lives is the point. I'm not suggesting that anyone with BPD is going to act the way that she did. Oh my God, there's a spider. Kill me. Oh my God, it won't die. Die! Sorry about that. I just love that I was being so serious and then I had to kill a spider. Okay. 1, 2, 3. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of True Crime and Cocktails. We're so glad that you're here. As always, I am your host, Lauren Ash, and as always, I am joined by my co-hostess of the mostess, Christy Oxborrow. How you feeling?
clapped so hard because I'm in mitts and I was trying to make up for it.
It is. And I said this to Christy earlier. I was like, what are we doing? Because we don't do anything halfway.
Right. Yeah.
Not even close. So of course, if it's like, let's dress up as these characters for Halloween to record the show, we're like, hell yes. And both of us bring it. We go so hard. And then it's not until you get in the moment that you go, this is going to be wildly uncomfortable for an audio medium. We've made an inexplicable choice, dear listeners. We had time. We could have completely changed. These two fucking freaks have decided to do this record.
Yep.
In our wig caps.
Yeah.
With our man eyebrows and Christy's very bold mustache. I've also left my dress shirt and tie on. And what Christy said to me in the break made me laugh so hard, which was, this lives on the internet forever. Yep, now we're just a couple of best friends sitting around in wig caps.
Again, it's Halloween, so it's different. I did come up with a short game that we are absolutely not going to want to play.
I'd love to know why.
But we're absolutely not going to want to play. Because what I've done, there's only four sets of this.
Okay.
But I've come up with a Halloween edition Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Hell yes.
You say that now.
Oh, is it going to be one of these ones that unravels me? I can't wait.
Well, just to give you an example of the first set. Remember your options of F, marry, and kill.
Yep.
Your eligible bachelors. Pinhead.
Oh.
Pennywise.
Oh.
And Hannibal Lecter.
You're a monster.
Yeah, just like your future husband. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. God. I mean, I think I gotta marry Hannibal Lecter and just hope he doesn't eat me, like at least then I know I'd have a life of good wine and like some, I don't know, maybe he'd take me to see some theater. I don't know. Like that feels like, of the three, I'm probably going to go with someone that's not an open demon.
And then I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to kill Pinhead and I'm going to put on a blindfold and a set of headphones, a real nice quality noise canceling set of cans. And I'm going to show that clown the time of its life. And Dracula, for some reason, I'm going to marry because it is so appealing, the idea of not leaving the house.
I love to see that for you.
It's constant date nights in. Yes, please.
Netflix and chill. Sure, he needs to run out in the middle of the night and get some blood, but that's neither here nor there.
As long
you can be asleep.
As long as my blood is in Slurpee form, I can live. I can learn.
Wow.
I was so quick to agree to drink blood.
Yeah, I never even suggested that you were a part of it. You left a few steps.
I just assumed marrying him automatically meant I'd have to become one.
Have to, or kind of interested? In this special episode, curated just for Halloween, Christy will take us through 5 supernatural episodes discussing both the show as well as the legends behind some of the creepiest creatures that the Winchesters have ever been up against. So get ready to be creeped out because it's Halloween, bitches.
Interior night. What a boob.
Oh, not at all. I'm here for it.
November 2nd, 1983. The Winchesters' home in Lawrence, Kansas.
Wow.
It gives it the moment his father handed him that baby and said, "Get outside." And then it was like, well, he never put that baby down.
You mentioned Ash Gray of Death. I'd like that to be my wrestling name. You use the term lovable goofs. I hope people say that about us.
Oh, I guarantee somebody does.
Yeah, I keep cleaning out my house and sending like bags and bags of things to the Goodwill, and it doesn't make a dent.
Well, because half your bedroom is full of my shit.
Listen, listen, and that's a joy and a privilege. Here's what I
Yeah.
think you need to do. The next time you come, pack a suitcase, but not your
Yeah.
largest. Put it in your largest suitcase.
Oh, sure.
Then when you're only checking one bag here, and then when you go back, you've got a larger suitcase and the other one.
That makes sense. And what I need to do is not buy anything new.
That's not realistic for you.
We don't know how to go to a store without filling a cart.
It doesn't feel good. I know that makes it sound like I have maybe a light shopping addiction. I don't actually think I do. I would admit it if I did.
Oh, I'll admit I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Harry Styles has a female drummer. Or he did at one point.
Yep. Also shaved his head. That's the big news. Have you seen this?
I haven't. Is it? How is it?
I mean, you know,
it's not great because you didn't text me about it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way. It's definitely a different look for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think ultimately he can't look bad.
Well, he's got the bone structure. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh God, he got dirty.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Blanche, dear people, has joined us here on the show.
There's no fae in the book. But what there are dragons. And I didn't think I cared about a dragon, especially ones whose names I can't pronounce.
Sure.
The way they pronounce in my head while I'm reading are so different. I have not looked up like how to pronounce them, but I'm sure it's wildly different. But to say that I got very emotional over a dragon. Yep. Not even one I thought I'd care about, but I did. And the feelings are coming to the surface now. And it's, look, I'll say, yeah, Fourth Wing, all the hype. All the hype. All the fucking hype. Even if you're faking this, sir, wouldn't a big scene be what you want?
It's a personality disorder. They don't care. They think they're smarter than everybody. That's why he's got NPD.
Well, I guess we're writing a musical now because I am going to need that backstory.
I just thought the same thing.
Look, maybe I won't write a Ted Bundy episode. Maybe we're going to write a Ted Bundy musical.
My God. He's hiding in plain sight. He's working the calls at the suicide hotline, hiding in plain sight. He can murder everybody with all of his might.
I can be cremated, but make sure my cause of death is known for sure.
Are you back? You want a cremation now? We've had so many conversations about this.
Well, I'm freaked out about being in a box. I'm freaked out about being in the ground.
Yeah.
But I'm also, I don't want people to have the burden of what are you going to do with my ashes? You'll make a diamond, but like shine bright like a diamond. But like, what's
it's my dead sister? Yeah, exactly.
You did the Beyonce.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's a different artist.
This is why they watch this. That's why they listen to our show, because in the middle of talking about death, we have a full mental breakdown where I'm cackling into the microphone uncontrollably.
Where you quote Rihanna and I make it Beyonce. And what I'm saying is, together, those two make what a beautiful two-headed monster, you know?
Oh my God. Stunning.
Good luck.
That concert? Get out. I would.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'd throw out my back.
Getting low?
Yeah, absolutely. I would try and do some sort of like, oh God, knowing me, probably some gyrating hip dancing that would not fare well with this body. I mean, it might look nice, but it's not going to feel nice the next day. It might look nice.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely.
Oh God, I'm sober.
My eyes are slits. I'm trying to keep them open. I'm literally so drunk. I can barely see. I've had 2.5 drinks. And the problem is that when I try and open them more, this is what happens. I look psychotic.
I did.
We leave it all on the field, folks, whether
We
you
do.
like it or not.
We do. Some people might edit this out, but
it's just not ever been what we've done. I think that if you could classify this podcast into a genre. I mean, first of all, I know that you're thinking, first of all, true crime. You're thinking all these things. I think it would be uncut, uncensored, and raw. That would be,
yeah.
Baby, I like it raw, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I was literally just going to say, even though it makes 0 sense, maybe we're the Rihanna and Beyonce of podcasting.
Who's who?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if I have enough swagger to be either, to be honest.
Well, same.
I love that. I'm like, oh God, I feel like my instinct is like, oh, Beyonce tends to do like a really large heel. I feel like you could do a really large heel.
I do,
but
yeah.
also like Riri does heels.
But you know what I thought?
Yeah.
Well, Rihanna tends to be, and I'm not saying this is not a negative, but I feel like she's like maybe a little like raunchier, like a little bit like more sexual. Sure. So then I'm saying
she's more Blanche. Of a Blanche.
That's you.
Oh, Rihanna's more Blanchy. I could see that. It'd be an honor.
Oh God,
it'd be a either damn way. Honor.
We win it either way.
We do.
Christy, do you want to say goodnight to the people?
Good night, Zayden Ryerson. He's the boy from the book who believes in strong women. It's hot.
Bean, it would be every minute of the day.
What
are you
doing 100%.
Now? What are you doing now? Oh, how about now? What are you doing now?
It would probably be very similar to Buddy the Elf.
Yep.
A Christmas gram? I want one. Like it would be, yeah.
She's got Buddy the Elf energy. That's kind of her vibe.
Oh my God, if we could get her a little elf costume.
Shut your lips. It would be so perfect. Did you see the picture I posted of her in her new little scarf?
Oh, there's a scarf?
Let me pull it up real quick.
Of course.
Look at this. Look at this ding dong.
Oh, come on.
It's her après-ski look.
I couldn't be happier. The stuff behind me, it's like, okay, yeah, that's reasonable. But the more stuff behind him, yeah, that's a lot of toys and Dave Grohl. So
I just have to, again, with love, are you calling that reasonable?
I am.
Listen, you know I respect it. My home is the exact same way.
Oh, I've already described myself as a crazy person. There was something about watching a child come out of the cock garage, if I may.
The cock garage. Oh, what a gift. What a gift in my damn life. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
You know what? I was trying to think of his vibe.
I just feel like it got so extreme. We're in the first part of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, if they're not used to this by now, who knows? You never know when we're going to get back into birth stories or, from Christmas ornaments
Mm-hmm.
to this, to cock garage.
I don't even know. I don't even know where that came from. I mean, there's.
You know what's amazing is you
Oh,
typically
God.
say garage,
Yeah.
but for some reason, in this context, you said cock garage. Like it was a different thing for you.
Like somehow it made it fancy. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
even know where that came from.
Look, don't
Oh,
request the
God.
merch, folks, because I don't think it's going to get past the supplier. They have very stringent rules. It cannot be rude. It cannot be. I
Sure.
cannot. I don't think I can print anything that says cock garage. And for that, I'm deeply sorry. Christy, do you want to say goodnight to the people?
Good night, Kelly Catrone.
Oh, sure. Good night. Feel the rain on your face. No, it's the term bath just means you're letting the sounds kind of wash over you.
Of course. I just worried that it would be like, oh no.
Dear listeners, if you heard some growling from Bean and then heard absolute chaos, that's because there was someone coming to the door, and my sweet 6-pound dog in my lap, who was fast asleep, immediately turned into a 100-pound Rottweiler and leapt from my lap, through all of my podcasting equipment, took everything to the ground. Teeny tiny little round cereal and teeny tiny marshmallows. This, I think, speaks to your love of little things.
It does.
I just tried it today.
Uh-huh.
And the cereal is, because in the store, this is the level of psychopath I am. In the store, I said, is it the same cereal, just smaller? Let's compare the ingredient lists. Because if it's just the same cereal but smaller, not interested. This is a corn-based cereal. Okay? They typically are predominantly oat-based. This is corn-based. I was like, it goes in the cart. It's a delight. My only note is, why do the marshmallows need to be teeny? Let the cereal be tiny and then give us big marshmallows. What a gift that would be.
Oh, and that's a fun play on, usually the marshmallow is the smaller of the.
Right.
Yeah. The fact that you now, in earnest, have said, like, it's corn-based and then left a pause so I have time to react.
Yeah, well, I was like, I'm dropping a big bomb on her here, so I better make sure she knows.
Yeah.
Corn-based. Good night, Lucky Charms, Lucky Leprechaun. They're magically delicious and tiny. It's the same reason why when people are like, they want to know a magician's tricks, I don't.
Oh.
I don't. I don't want anyone to explain it to me. When people are like, it's a simple trick, I'm like, you know what else is simple? Shutting your yap. I don't want to hear about how close-up magic is done. I don't want to hear about any of it. I want to sit and be dazzled and clap like a little child and have a nice time.
So not so much the Penn and Teller for you.
Do they explain it?
That's their whole bit. They do the trick and then they do the trick again and show you exactly how they actually pulled it off. That's their whole bit.
Those sons of bitches. What I also bring to the table is a hard pressure to believe in aliens. But you know what? That's just because I come about it honestly. We can't keep saying, you just said the phrase, I want to believe, so many times that it's just impossible for me not to then say.
To make the leap. Yeah.
Just take a sec. Take a sec. The next time you're thinking about your magical pants and your team scoring, you're getting your yayas out. Maybe just take it. Will someone please think of the aliens?
Okay. Look, if I psychologist hat myself, is it possible that I grew up with so many like movies, TV, that sort of thing that made the idea of aliens terrifying, that I've convinced myself that I'm like, they can't be real because that scares me. And I'm afraid of the unknown. Of course, that's probably it. That's the only reason I would hard push back on something, is if I was terrified.
And just like that, I got my wish.
Yeah.
This isn't about aliens. This is about making you make connections. This is about self-actualization. This is about your journey.
Sure. Yeah.
Now we're getting there. It was Malcolm Gladwell, wasn't it?
I have no idea who that is. Should I know who that is?
Oh, I don't think you need to. He's an author. Canadian. Huh.
But doesn't write smutty, huh? That's why I wouldn't know.
No, Malcolm Gladwell does not write fairy smut. Unfortunately.
Well, then I'm a lot less interested.
And
for that ADHD dream child, it's perfect because it's constant action, whereas it tends to veer off sometimes and he gets bored and whatever.
I just want to point out that I really enjoy your term ADHD dream child.
Yeah.
I like that there was no second D on there, or the second D rather was dream.
Yeah.
The second D in ADHD is for dream.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. That is ADHD and dream combined beautifully, kind of for all three of them in their own way.
Gluggy, gluggy. You know what? This is going to get sloppy. And it's the holiday season. So
yes.
Loop. I'm getting drunk.
Again, it's just you make promos so easy for me that I don't even know anymore.
Oh, listen, it's a gift and a curse. I'm kidding. It's only a gift. I am not finished shopping. To be honest, I've had 2 shopping runs and a couple online sessions.
Of course.
I don't have anything. I have bought so much stuff, but it's nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's not amounting to anything. Nothing's wrapped. Half my house is decorated. It's the holiday season. I'm losing it. I'm so full of shit.
Also, I've said so many things on the show are my favorite thing that you do. Like over enunciating when you get into things. Liam Neeson. I love that was my choice. Of course it was.
Yep. It usually
shout
is.
out Liam.
Friend of the podcast, yeah.
That's what we hope. But one of my favorite things that will warm my heart instantly is when you go into what I consider to be like Broadway Lauren.
Sure.
When you get into like a sing-songy way and then it's like a big like it kills me. You always knock it out of the park for me on that.
Oh,
like the second you get into that, I'm like, yep, she was born to perform.
That's it.
Born to perform. Has anyone ever put that on a show?
I don't know, but
although I am concerned someone would take it in a filthy way, but
well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know not a lot of things rhyme with garage.
Mirage. Minaj. I'm like Nicki Minaj talking about my cock garage. This is if I get into my hip hop world.
Is it real or is it a mirage?
Yep. I don't know, but there ain't no flaws. That's a soft rhyme, but it still works.
This writes itself.
I'm writing down cock
I really
garage
think
rap.
you and Eminem could make magic together.
Yeah. I mean, he terrifies me, but yeah.
Does he?
Yeah. He's intense.
Like in a good way?
I mean, no. I think in a to be honest, I'd be terrified that it's like, what does he say when you're gonna walk away? Is he gonna put out some hit track on me? You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Hit track. What is wrong with me? Diss track.
Are you saying that your fear of him is that he might be mean about you?
Yeah.
God, you're the cutest person alive. I've always just felt like, oh, I bet he's a teddy bear.
Even
I bet
with his
like,
I want to kill you and cut you into pieces kind of stuff.
oh, we all have shit we gotta get out. But the point, oh my God, is that how I'm gonna like predict things and do like astrology and that type thing? Is paint my ass, wash, and then sit on a newspaper and whatever words come out on my ass, you read it like an ancient tome of some sort.
This is the longest intro we've ever done, and I couldn't be happier about it. I couldn't be happier that we got to you telling the future by painting your ass and then rubbing it on a newspaper to see what transfers.
I can't tell if it's my ass or my vagina that's giving magical powers to these things, but I'll take either.
I am so delighted. Just know this could not have been this is hold on to your pants because we're here. And then I know what you're going to think. That's all of the notes you took, Lauren?
It's not.
How is that possible? Well, the answer is because I spent the rest of my time sketching my version of Bantor.
Oh God, I thought it was gonna be you spent the rest of the time working on lyrics for your rap.
No, here he is.
Oh God, I love him.
And I know what you're doing right now. You're tiptoeing around to see if I yes and you. You're tiptoeing around to see, is Lauren gonna go? Of course we'll make time.
Oh no, we don't have time.
I'll do it.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, why don't we get through the episode and then we can revisit this at the end, see how we're feeling, since we're now 49 minutes into this episode.
Oh God. Well,
Look, if you want more structure, go over to Morbid or whatever the fuck. We got a little bit of everything, dear listeners. There's a little bit of true crime in here, right? There's some games, there's some true crime. There's a little bit of everything. So buckle in, don't tune away. But
we're like a variety show.
Oh, I like that.
Like a 70s variety special.
It's the True Crime and Cocktails Hootenanny Hour. Featuring Christy Oxborrow and a mostly nude Lauren Ash. Futurama, if you get into gambling, you're bitten by Gamblor.
Yes.
The like god of gambling. And I talked about how we got bitten by Bantor, which was, of course, the monster or god or whatever you want to call it of bantering. And we decided we were going to draw a picture. Now, I did reveal mine on the podcast last week because I spent a lot of time doodling. No, creating art.
Crafting.
Thank you.
Yes.
But we haven't seen Christy's Bantor yet. And we also forgot to post these on our socials. So we're going to show them to you now. We will post them on the socials this time. There's going to be a lot going up. We got
I'm thinking, I assume this would all go in the case file, but the case file comes out the day before. Do we just post the case file the day of with all of this stuff in it?
I think so.
I think so too.
I think that's nice.
Yeah.
Here's my guy.
Come on.
Hi, I'm Bantor.
Amazing.
Hi. Yeah.
Now, I sat down with a Sharpie.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is Bantor to me? And Bantor is frantic.
I just love the statement. What is Bantor to me?
Well, Bantor is frantic.
Of course. Because
that's our banter in a nutshell. But I also wanted some color.
Sure.
So I love him very much. I just did a bust. I didn't go the full body, but
oh my word, he's adorable.
I love him.
I know you've got more than one game plan, but right now, what I'm seeing on the list are 3 words that are making my heart sing, which are Love Actually game.
Oh. I guess I need this.
What is this?
It's,
oh my God.
It's an easel.
She's bought a mini easel, folks.
I did, because I've made a Love Actually game that's a bracket system.
Oh, of course she has. I'll go 1, 2, 3, name.
Got it.
1, 2, 3. Carl.
Carl.
A more specific name for Santa Claus.
Chris Kringle.
Mm.
Ho ho Gijo.
If you're of the Bible, then you're unfortunately, that is time.
Oh no. Sperm? Grinch.
Yes. Sperm Grinch. That
Look,
was 9 seconds.
Wow. I'm going to say it. I think the backwards hat is suited for games. Like it immediately makes me feel competitive. Like I'm doing sport.
Like I'm doing sport.
I said what I said.
This is a true love letter to the holidays. And I'll say it, a love letter to the listeners and a love letter to us.
Yeah. Nothing. It's not the holidays until I basically pee my pants.
Yeah. 100%.